I'm Rekha and I'm the Chief Trainer of KalpaTharu Consulting. In this video, we are going to discuss about one of the Scrum role, which is the product owner. Before I move into the details of product owner, let me set the context. Agile is one of the project management methodology. Rather than a methodology, I would say it is an approach or a mindset. We have already released videos explaining the agile mindset, values, and principles. I request you to watch that to have a better understanding and the basic understanding about agile. Agile has various methodologies. Scrum is one of the popularly used methodology. General wrong notion in the market is when they say Scrum, they think it's Agile. Agile means Scrum, Scrum means Agile. No. Agile has various methodologies and Scrum is one of the methodology, but it's a commonly used one and it's a very popular one, especially in the IT industry. And there are few practices in Scrum which is being used in outside the IT domain as well. There are three primary roles in Scrum: the product owner, Scrum Master, and the development team. The product owner is what we are going to discuss today in our video. Product owner is a centralized, empowered point, or rather, I would say, product owner is an empowered central point of product leadership. The product owner has two roles or dual role. One is he has the responsibility to interact with the stakeholders, both the internal and the external stakeholders, to understand their priorities, requirements, and preferences, and he has the responsibility to build the product solution, right solution. And the other role he has is to interact with the development team to help them understand or establish what is the requirement, the stakeholders requirement, the functionalities which is required, and support the product team to the development team to understand and build the product. So the product owner has a key stake or role right from the start, that is from the portfolio level itself. So he has a key role to be played at the portfolio level and the product, the release, and also at the sprint planning level. So at the portfolio level, he is going to interact with the governance body and portfolio management and various other top level management. And he is going to interact with the stakeholders at the product level and at the release level. And at the sprint planning, he is going to interact with the development team. So as I mentioned, the product owner has the responsibility to interact with the stakeholders to understand their priorities, preferences, requirements, and he is going to collect the features, functionalities, and the requirement for the product. So he is going to collect all these functions, features, requirements, and the specifications of the product, and he is going to build a master list called as product backlog. We will come again with yet another video to define or to explain about the product backlog. But as of now, understand product backlog is a master list of all the functions and features to be built in the product. So the product owner is the owner of the product backlog, where he is going to create, refine, estimate, and prioritize the product or the backlog items. Backlog items is nothing but all the functions and features and other requirements which is listed in the product backlog. So he has the responsibility to groom the product backlog. What is grooming? Which means that he is going to prioritize the features. How is he going to prioritize the features? So one, it is based on the cost benefit, right? He is going to see how much value these features are going to produce against the cost which is invested, and the high value features are going to be listed at the top of the product backlog, and he is going to reiterate the development team to give priority to the items which has been or the features which has been listed at the top of the product backlog. So in this way, he is going to ensure high value is being generated. So how is high value generated? The top value features are prioritized and placed at the top of the product backlog, and that has been communicated to the development team to prioritize and build those high value products or features at the start of the sprint, at the earlier sprints, right? And apart from cost benefit analysis or cost benefit ratio, he's also going to understand the priorities of the stakeholders, and that is yet another factor which is going to be considered when he's going to prioritize the features. And there may be other factors like change in the regulations, change in the law, change in market condition. So those factors are also going to be considered by the product owner to prioritize the features. And he is going to estimate the features in discussion with the development team. See, the product owner is responsible for grooming the product backlog, is responsible for generating value for the product, but he is not going to do this all by himself. He is going to consult the stakeholders, the development team, and the various people to do this role, but he has the responsibility to generate high value for the product. Got it? So this is about the product grooming, where the product owner is responsible for the product grooming. And he also has the responsibility, or I can say authority or responsibility to check the value is being generated. In the sense, see, let's take the project is consisted of 10 sprints, and by the seventh sprint, the product owner realizes that the optimum value has been generated, and anything which is generated in the future sprints may not be compensating for the cost. So he may decide to, or he may recommend to stop the project by the seventh sprint itself. But again, he may provide his suggestion, and based on the agreements and various other factors, the decision can be made to stop the project or end the project by then, right? And in case the work is not done efficiently, he can also raise it, or show his unhappiness, or yeah, show his satisfaction on that he is not satisfied with the investment for the upcoming sprints as well. I hope you understand this part. And the product owner is also responsible for developing the acceptance criteria. So when it comes to acceptance criteria, he is going to again interact with the various stakeholders, the development team, and he is going to establish the acceptance criteria for each and every backlog item. So the backlog item are all the functions and features and other requirements which has been listed in the product backlog. So the product owner is going to interact on a regular basis, I can even say on a daily basis, with the development team to ensure the product is being developed in line with the acceptance criteria. So when the product owner is going to interact with the development team on a regular basis, so any deviations can be highlighted immediately, and the development team can work and rectify it immediately. So it's very important for the product owner to interact and engage with the development team and the stakeholders on a regular basis. The success of the project, the success of the sprint is in the hands of the product owner, where how frequently he is able to interact with the stakeholders, how frequently he is able to interact with the product development team to ensure the right requirements are being collected, the right communication is being passed on to the development team, and the right product is being developed by the development team, right? And the product owner, when he is going to interact on a daily basis, he ensures the right product is being built by the time the product is being tested in the sprint review meeting. The product owner cannot just review at the sprint review meeting, but throughout the project, throughout the sprint, every day there should be interaction. So this ensures there is no blame game, where the development team is not going to finger point at the product owner, and the product owner need not point back to the development team. So they both are clear what is the requirement and whether the product is being built as per the requirement, as per the acceptance criteria. So the product owner role is a everyday engagement role, right? So his job can be a hectic job, and if it is the workload is huge, where the product owner is not able to manage all by himself, he can have assistant team to support him. So the success of the project, as I said, is in the hands of the product owner. The product owner is the voice of the stakeholders. The product owner is going to interact both with the internal and the external stakeholders. To just name few of them, it can be the support departments, the PMO, sponsors, when it comes to the internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, the end users, customers, regulatory bodies, all these people he is going to interact to marketing team, sales team, to get the right understanding to develop the right solution for the product. And he's also going to interact with the development team to ensure they have the right understanding about the product. The acceptance criteria is being clearly defined, and the product is being developed as per the acceptance criteria. So product owner has the responsibility to test the product at the sprint review meeting, and he is the final judge to accept the product or to reject the product in the sprint review meeting. Now, we will continue this discussion about the product owner in our next video. If you like this video, like our video and subscribe to our channel for more learnings. And wait for our next video for more details about the product owner. Thank you.